Hi, I'm Loretta Jones, CEO and founder of New York Gold Tours. Welcome to Wednesday night Drawing by Hand, an effort to see ourselves on the globe in a more manageable life way. Land Stands Own is like a view from mind, body, spirit, a New York Gold Tours proprietary concept. Okay, so if you gather last week's writing and drawing hack, and a couple of pencils and a sharpener, maybe an eraser as well. Then you'll be ready to start. Oh, and a sheet of clean paper, maybe two. We'll be ready to start. And so glad you've joined us. And this is almost live. So until we get 50 subscribers and can live stream, this will be posted before 7 p.m. Oh, and I almost forgot a mirror. Make sure you get your mirror. It can be a wall mirror or a hand mirror, as long as it shows your face and the your neck, maybe the top part of your chest, and can be placed in front of where you'll draw. Also, get your pencils, the colored pencils or whatever you used for color in the prior weeks. So 4 colors of, or it could just be one of some of those maybe guiding colors or favorite colors. And if it's not too much trouble, a pen. Okay, so we can go over our drawing when we're finished. But it's not important if you don't have that. But a black pen. Okay, so if you don't have a mirror that you can bring, you can use your phone in selfie mode. But a mirror is much better for drawing. Self-portrait. So I have my mirror here, and I have from last week. And before we begin the self-portrait, let us take the writing and drawing that we did last week and read over it and find what might be inspiring for this week. So if there's anything like where I feel I'm manager of that understanding and am above it. My understanding tonight is the vision strategy exercise of drawing. So I'm going to take a certain part of that, and the rest of it I wrote, I see and feel understanding on the plane of space above the frontal cortex of my brain. And in this, may I feel I'm manager of that understanding. That's where I wrote, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what's inspiring to me and highlight it in the colors that go with previous weeks. We called them guiding colors in terms of what you'd like to put below, above, to the sides when thinking of north, south, east, west. And a guiding star above, we can think of guiding colors. Okay, so I had, as I put here, I had pink underneath me, yellow above, green to my left, and blue to my right. And so I'm going to I'm going to start with the light, which is the yellow above, the lightest color. And I'm going to go over some of my words here. So I like the part that says I'm manager of that understanding and I'm above it. In this way, I feel I'm manager of it. So in this way. So go ahead and write over in your colors what you'd like to highlight. In this way, I feel and then I'll take the pink, the next lightest color. And then green. And lastly, blue. Okay. So this will be a nice reminder during the week of something that I'm working on. I'm currently working on a project. So whatever you've highlighted can be your reminder for during the week. And right now, you can focus on that for a minute. So what does it mean? You can say it to yourself. In this way, I feel I'm manager of that understanding and am above it. So whatever it is for yourself that you can say that's encouraging. If you felt like you can't see it in the realm above and a little bit without, then, if you felt like you can't own it there, then, and you wrote that, then maybe something about that can inspire you for going forward. Maybe you want to stretch your ability to understand, and so it's going to be a challenge for you, and you're going to challenge yourself in that way. Or maybe you're just fine to know that you can't see it that way, and that you are in ownership of your understandings, and you don't want to put them out further than yourself. You don't want to put them out there, and so you want to keep that within and more contained. That's fine too. There's benefits to both, but for vision strategy going forward, the most optimal to optimize betterment is going to be able to have the ownership out here. And you'll see why as it becomes more pragmatic to you. You'll be able to multitask much easier. You'll be able to take concepts and things much easier. It's not such a challenge when you have it out here. There's so many benefits. But let's just focus on our self-portrait now. So now that we have this, we'll put that aside. And I'm going to turn the light up. Okay. No. Okay. So I have a very soft pencil and I have a harder pencil. I think I'll use the soft pencil for shading and the harder pencil for finer lines. So I have 2 sheets of paper. I'm going to do a portrait on one, and then I'm going to trace. Well, we'll do that next week. So let's stay focused. Let's do the portrait this week, and then next week we'll work on that which we said we're focusing on that is encouraging to us. So for me, it's being manager of that understanding, and I'm going to apply that to a retail space that I'm trying to get. I'm trying to secure a retail space at this time for my business, and I'm going to put that into the search for such a space and see how that serves me. Okay, so they say that when you draw a face, the eyes should be halfway down. So in looking, you can put one hand on top of your head and one hand under your chin and size yourself up. Do you agree that if you draw this oval or this round or this squared or this whatever shape your shape is, that the eyes are pretty much in the halfway point? I agree. They're a little above. So I'm going to start with drawing the shape that I see my face to be. I see it as an oval. That looks a little like a hammerhead. Not so oval. So now I'm going to perfect it a little bit and make it more oval. Because it is. So I'm going to erase that which I don't want. My eraser had something on it that I must have used colored pencils for or something. I mean, I must have used it on colored pencils or something. And it made my page dirty. So now it looks like I have horns on the top of my head. Okay. So, okay. It's not quite perfect. But there we have it. Okay. And now I'm going to draw an eye. And I can see that it's a little above so I'm just making the top part of the sort of almond shape, and now making the bottom or football shape, however you see it. And I have room in this on the side and room in the middle. And now I'm going to do the other one. When I was 5 or 4 going on 5, my father sat my brother and I down, and me down, in front of mirrors with paper and pencil, and taught us how to do a self-portrait. I don't remember him saying anything of how to do anything. And that's pretty much how my life has gone. My jobs, I've gotten no training. I've just done my thing. Okay, so now I need to try to make them even, because I can see my eyes are even. But I'm just going to leave it. And what I'm going to do is do my eyeballs. So you cannot see the top of the ball or the bottom. So it's just a curve. When I'm looking straight ahead, it's straight ahead. And there's equal white on both sides. So it's a curve and a curve. A curve and a curve. Now, on the side of that, the eyebrow line curves into my nose. And the other side is the same thing. It's a little bit thinner than that. At the end, I'll go over it with pen, and there'll be some erasing, and then it will be more even, I believe. Oh, and on top of my eyelid is the eyelid. On top of my eyeball is the eyelid. So I need to make another line on top of the oval. And mine goes up a little above where the eyeball retina is. I need to sharpen my pencil. Shame on me. Oh, and we have a time limit. So we're only going to try to do this portrait in like 5 minutes. We're going to try to do a quick version. And now I've lost my points completely. Okay. So we'll try to spend just a minute on each feature, or less than a minute. So my nose, the line disappears on this side, and then it reappears into a diagonal. And on the other side, I can see it more into the diagonal. And then the diagonal curves. And then there's nostrils. Line curve this way. And this curves over. Okay, there's a little bit of a line under my eye. And there's a line from the diagonal onto my face. And from my nostril, this goes into a point. And there is a line, a dark line that goes down, and then a line on the side of it that's sort of highlighted. To that are the top of my lips. Into the highlight is a point. Okay, I can see I'm too far down, so I have to bring it further up. And then this goes like that. The bottom curves up. And then it extends out past my nose. I'm still not high enough, so I'm going to bring that higher. I'm going to erase. And then my bottom lip curves up a little. That's just the top of it. And then the bottom of it curves down. And there's a line on the side and then my chin has a line. There's a crease right above where my chin curves out. So I can see my oval wasn't long enough. And then it's a little squared and a little round. Okay. Okay, eyebrows. So above and it goes down and again the other side. I need to start my eyebrows and my makeup further close together. Okay, and pupil. And now the eyeball retina. And my hairline. So wait, so this side is going back more. So and then my ear goes up in line with the top of my eyelid. Is it true for both ears? Yes. And it goes off of my head a little bit. And stops at the nostril. Okay, this side is going, the hair goes up over the ear. And this side comes down. So I'll just do strands at a time of the hair from top to bottom. The other side comes down a little more forward. Okay, I think our time is up, so then I have some hair behind the ears. This side is neater. Okay. So this is full. And then I have hair that goes up. Okay, lastly, the neck. So my neck is bent. So the side of my body that has the hair fuller is curving a little bit. So it's curving this way. And then the other side is curving in toward my mouth. And then my shoulder bone, collarbone, or whatever that is, trapezius muscle, can be seen from the front. And that's the side that's bending. And then my collarbone is up, but I have a cardigan on. That goes up erase my trapezius muscle line. And the other side, the color. Okay. Okay. So cheekbones. Lastly, sorry, it's the neck wasn't last. Oh, but the clavicle in the neck. So I'm turning this way. This is going. So the clavicle is like almost like a heart shape. And the cheekbone is there, and another cheekbone on this side is here. Okay. For shading, just do the side of the pencil, under the cheekbone, under the eyes, there's a line under my eyelid on the bottom, so I'm going to draw that in. My eyelids, the oval shape comes to a point at the side, so I'm going to draw that in. Shading under the nose. Shading on the top of the eye. You see how you use the side of the pencil for the shading. Shading under the bottom lip. Shading in the curve of that line on the side of the lips. And under it. Shading at the bottom here. Shading above the temple. Shading on the corner of the eyes. shading on the neck. In the ears. Okay, I would say we're done. Shading along here. Do you think it looks like me? And then next week, what we can do next week is we can take the pen and go over the lines, or during the week you can do that, or next week, just to go over like the lines that you want to keep. So I didn't make eyelashes. And so next week we'll go over that more. And then with the other sheet of paper, you can go back to the sort of meditation that we did earlier that was on the sheet that's highlighted. And mine is, in this may I feel I'm manager of that understanding and am above it. So I'm going to take this drawing, put it behind my sheet of paper, hold it up to the light on a clear clipboard or on some surface that transparent that you can see through, or just holding it up. It's okay if you can't have a transparent surface behind it. I have a light board, and we could use a light board going forward with some of this if we get heavy into the detailing of using transparencies, which I think is a good idea. So I'm going to, just to end this vision strategy, I'm going to correspond the colors in my words with highlighting on the drawing of what I see as above. But since it's above this, I'm going to lower the drawing of my portrait lower so that it's here, and above it is where I can feel these things, or sort of see these things, or own these things. So in this may I feel is my yellow. So I'm going to put that color here above me. And this may I feel I'm manager. So I'm going to put a horizontal capped line of pink, many lines back and forth. Of that understanding, see where I'm taking it from? of that understanding that's in green. Whatever you feel, whatever shapes, whatever it's you feel compelled to draw. You can make stars in that understanding. And am above it. And am above it. In blue. So with that, and then with our regular pencil, we can draw the shape by tracing real fast. I mean the face by tracing real fast. Okay. Now we have a visual to go with our sentiment. A good reminder for during the week. And we can try to apply the things that we've practiced with our drawing by hand and see if it helps us find a more manageable balance, strike a more manageable balance with any of the things that we have to do, any of the tasks ahead, any of the times that we've already spent, if we want to process things in a more balanced way, or whatever it is that you want to try out with the vision strategy, I suggest that you do. And so that concludes this week's Drawing by Hand with New York Gold Tours, and we'll meet back again next Wednesday. Have a great week.